Welcome to No Excuses. My name is Mary Fran. This is my place to talk about weight loss, life, fitness, being awesome, being amazing, making myself the best version of me, and let's make you the best version of you. And we just finished up the third week of 2024, and I figured it's time to talk about what happened. So we're going to start with the dog. About a week or two ago, I posted a picture of the dog having some problems with a Cheerio box. And you would think that she learned her lesson, but this week she did not.
Did you not learn your lesson?
I'm over here, what happened? And about a half hour later, she did it again with the same box. Hey Zoe, what seems to be the problem? So this last week was actually kind of a lot of prep. I had to change my diet. I wasn't able to have some high fiber foods that I normally eat. I couldn't have certain fruits and vegetables because of seeds and the skins I wasn't supposed to eat because of a colonoscopy on Friday. And I wanted to do everything right because there was no way I was going to go through this process and have them say, oh, well, we couldn't see what we needed to see because of your prep. So I did everything to the T. I was worried about the colonoscopy, not because I was going to have to go to the bathroom 25 gazillion times. I was worried about drinking the drink, and I had told them that, and they still gave me something like, oh, people tolerate this well. The drink was horrible. I was gagging. I was shaking as I tried to drink it, and I was crying. It wasn't like tears of, oh, wow. It was just like tears were streaming down my face because it was so horrible. Now, other people, and Jason took a sip of it because he's like, I want to see how this tastes. And he was like, it wasn't that bad. I have a palate of a 5-year-old. So, I don't drink beer. I don't drink tea. I don't drink coffee because of the taste. So it's not surprising that this wasn't very good. When I was talking to them at my procedure, the one person was like, dude, they have the same thing in pill form. And I'm like, why didn't you give it to me? Apparently there might have been some kind of miscommunication. I don't know, but I will be asking for pills the next time. I was also worried this past week because there was a snowstorm earlier in the week and they were calling for snow on Friday. Now my colonoscopy was an hour away. And of course we got about 6 inches of snow. The back roads were horrible, but luckily we only had about a mile or two to get to an interstate. Once we got to the interstate, it wasn't great, but it was a lot better. And most of the drive was on interstate. And where the colonoscopy was, they only got about 3 inches. So it actually worked out. So I had the colonoscopy. And after it was over, they came in and talked to us. And they said that, number one, I was super clean and they were able to see everything. There was no doubt in their mind about the results. And they said that there are no polyps, no signs of any issues that would indicate any precancer or anything like that. Hallelujah. I was really worried about that because of my father, because he died of colon issues, colon cancer. So that came back clean. They did find that I had some diverticulosis, which is the pockets. It's not inflamed. There's nothing there. And he basically said, nothing to worry about. It could become inflamed. We'll deal with it at that point. And they just recommended a really high fiber diet, which goes in hand with what I actually am trying to do anyway. So there. So I'm actually good. He recommended another one in 5 years just because of my family history. My eating over the week wasn't bad because, of course, on Wednesday, they did not ask me to do this, but I chose to eat really, really light as my last day of real eating. On Thursday was a day, it was a liquid diet. I drank a lot. I had a little bit of Jell-O, but I really wasn't hungry, and so I really wasn't worried about it. So I did not eat Thursday. I did not eat most of Friday. And I will say that I took a shower right before we left to go for the colonoscopy, and I had lost 7.5 pounds. Woohoo! That's awesome. And after the colonoscopy, yes, I did eat dinner. And the next morning, after eating one meal in 48 hours, I had gained back 2 of the pounds. So I'm kind of just waiting to see where this shakes out. I'm kind of hoping that I can maintain some of this, but it's all good. So this test is over. I have another test in about a week, and we'll see what happens with that. But I am now past the one where my eating has to be really, really altered. The next one is just like a normal test where I just can't eat after midnight. So now that it's done, I'm ready to kick back into exercise. I'm ready to kick back into eating slow. I'm ready to kick back into eating fewer carbs and high fiber. The high fiber actually goes along with what Weight Watchers had taught me years ago, so it's not that foreign, and I do try to eat that way anyway. So the 2024 miles in 2024 is still going strong. I actually managed to get most of my miles. I am going to be probably about 3 to 4 miles behind. Part of that is because I did not ride the bike on the day of the colonoscopy, and my step count was lower this week. I just didn't get the steps in. I don't know why, but it just didn't happen. It's nothing to be worried about. I'm only like 4 miles behind for this week. But if you remember last week, I actually talked about how I was about 15 miles ahead. So I just used some of my banked miles. I'll bank more and we'll get back on that. This week it has been crazy. I'm ready to settle down and hopefully get the next test out of the way and get on with this losing and see how this shakes out. No excuses.